Following his breakup with Priscilla Presley, Elvis Presley dated Linda Thompson as one of his final significant relationships. Although Elvis Presley and his wife Priscilla Presley separated in 1972, their divorce wasn't legally finalized until October 1973. After Elvis Presley and his then-wife, Priscilla Presley, split up in 1972, Linda and Elvis Presley were engaged. The king of rock and roll met Linda Thompson, the woman he decided to spend the rest of his life with, just a few months before it all became official in July 1972. The actress and model have now reflected on their first encounter with the king and discussed their future family plans. Thompson and Elvis made plans for their future, including building a family. When the two first met, they spent the entire night kissing, after Presley made sure to tell reluctant Linda that he was, indeed, no longer together with Priscilla. When Linda, then 22 years old, first encountered Elvis, the 22-year-old was a model. After only a few months of dating, Thompson joined in with Elvis at his Graceland house after the two of them bonded over their similar faith in a higher power and their love of gospel music. She subsequently recounted being asked to a midnight movie showing organized by Presley, who had booked out the entire theater, and the first time she laid eyes on him. In a current interview, Linda recalled that she remembered meeting him at an exclusive showing. Linda said, "Well, hello. He came into the cinema very grumpy, until he then shone a light round and rested it on my face. He sat next to me and nuzzled into my neck. I pulled away as I thought he was married still," she added. A night of passion ensued after Elvis reassured her. Elvis said to her, "Honey, we split up 6 months ago. I'm single." Instead of watching the film, they kissed and cuddled all night. They soon started dating. In the first year of the relationship, Linda relocated to Graceland, Elvis Presley's 13.8-acre estate. They were always together, and Elvis cherished her. Elvis sort of proposed to her on their first Christmas together. Linda stated, "He gave me a pre-engagement ring at our first Christmas, and Elvis said to her, 'You can wear it on whatever finger you want, but when we get engaged, it will be on your ring finger.'" Linda said that Elvis expressed a desire in having a child with her in one of their lengthy conversations about what they want out of life. He had even chosen a name, Linda confessed. She said, "He wanted a son, and we would have called him John." The celebrity didn't explain why he preferred the name John. Elvis was a fervent American patriot. Thus it's possible that the name was a nod to John F. Kennedy, who served as president of the country. Linda, though, attributes Elvis' inability to have children to both his drug use and his adultery. Linda said, "I struggled to accept the other women as I was faithful, but I was so addicted to loving him that I lost myself and what I wanted while he was addicted to drugs. They were his true mistress," Linda confessed. Linda also said, "I was exhausted caring for him. It was like looking after a newborn baby. I was scared he would die on my watch. When I asked him to reduce his medication, he'd say, 'Don't worry about me, honey. I'm going to live till I'm 85. But Linda acknowledged that part of what drew him to her was the fact that she had been a virgin. Linda added, "I think my purity attracted him. I was his alone. I did not drink, swear, or do drugs. He didn't pressure me to have sex with him." Linda also added that Elvis had a Madonna complex. Once a woman had a child, she was not a sexual being to him. "I wanted a life. Most of all, I wanted to be a mom, but knew I could not bring a child into this crazy lifestyle." She eventually presented him with a choice. Linda addressed Elvis and said, "Honey, if there's another woman, just be honest with me." When she was unable to handle the other ladies in Elvis' life, she called the relationship off in 1976. Another thing we'll share is what Linda said and joked and laughed out loud on Wake Up with Taylor. Linda said, "The best thing about being with him, it was Elvis. You know, there was that. And with all that would encompass, just his lively personality, his sense of humor. He was one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. His extraordinary talent, his charisma, his passion, his affection. You never felt more loved in your life than when Elvis Presley looked at you, got tears in his eyes, gritted his teeth, and said, "I love you." She also added, "I am a loved woman right now." But she broke up with the king of rock and roll 8 months before his sudden death, as she writes in her new memoir, A Little Thing Called Life. She, however, only had positive things to say well about the iconic musician as she thought back on how their relationship started. When the host, Taylor Strecker, asked Linda if she felt she had closure, Linda answered, "No. I think there's always that open wound in your heart when you love someone and you've lost them in such a tragic way. So there's always that little open wound that's still there today." And then she added, "I can still be moved to tears when I hear his speaking voice particularly. And it just brings back that visceral kind of reaction where, oh, that love, that place in my heart is still raw." A few years later, she dated Olympic champion Bruce Jenner, who is now recognized as Caitlyn Jenner, following her gender transition in 2015. Linda also had particularly fond memories of his 1973 TV special, Aloha from Hawaii. The TV feature was one of the first of its kind, and Elvis performed via satellite to a reported 1.5 billion people around the world. To prepare for the show, Linda said Elvis trained and dieted to get the perfect look. Their relationship quickly bloomed. Thompson was 15 years younger than Elvis, but she soon decided that she wanted to share a life with the king, one plan at a time. Sadly, the unfortunate couple never had a family since they were unable to reach the altar. The happy couple's relationship ended, which was a shame. Around the time of Christmas in 1976, the couple broke up. Elvis promised to love her. They shared one final embrace before she turned to go, and Elvis immediately moved on with Ginger. On August 16, 1977, 8 months after he had moved in with his new lover Ginger Alden, at the age of 42, Elvis was discovered dead in Graceland. What do you think is the reason why Elvis chose the name John for his planned baby with Thompson? We'd love to know your thoughts and reasons. Make them witty and fun. Comment your answers below in the comments section. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to give us a like. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and subscribe for more content like this. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on our next